Right now, they're illegally detaining evidence that would vindicate you, and it is just unbelievable, Luke. It is just unbelievable that a snake like Bloomberg, first of all, you did the right thing in backing off and letting the first responders see firsthand what a demon this guy is, what a devil he is, by his actions. Because actions do speak louder than words. And these guys will say anything so they can do their backstabbing actions, their greedy actions. I mean, it is just so hard for me because a lot of people don't want to talk about 9/11 anymore. It's too far away. But, I mean, there are people still dying because of 9/11. I mean, explain that to people. There were people who were having a financial crisis 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago because of this, and some of them aren't with us, and the ones that are with us are going through a harder financial time than ever.
Especially now during this hard economic times, and Bloomberg cutting down their benefits that are entitled to them. These people deserve at least minimally what they were promised, and that's their benefits, that's their pension, that's their unemployment benefits, that's their health benefits, and he's cutting it right now. First responders right now are getting screwed over more than ever, not only because of this economic crisis, but because everything they had to endure. These people can't work, they're sick, they're ill, they're dying. They can't put food on their family's table. They can't work. And the benefits that were promised to them are not even there. And seeing first responders helpless, it's the hugest crime that's happening right now, and it's not being addressed. And when we address it, when we try to make this a critical issue and get a comment peacefully from Mayor Bloomberg, it's not even about confronting him. It's not even about protesting. It's about being a real journalist and asking real questions like a real journalist is supposed to do. That's his duty. And for us to do that and get punished for it, it's ridiculous. But one thing we have to understand, We Are Change, we launched a political campaign it's called a Campaign to Save Lives. There's a YouTube video that I'm going to play on my live video show right after this, right after we get off your interview, talking about what we could do to help support the first responders. And we, on We Are Change, have draft letters, draft emails, draft phone conversations that people can have with their representatives in order so they support the James DeJoga bill. Now, Mayor Bloomberg is not a congressman, but when he goes to Washington and tells congressmen not to vote for this bill, it affects the bill strongly, and people don't vote for the bill because of his opinion on it, because he keeps going down to Washington and telling them not to vote on it. Now, we don't need Mayor Bloomberg for this. We need the people watching, listening right now to get involved and help pass the new James DeJoga bill, which is going to help first responders. And me and Daniel Sanjata are going to work on another campaign ad, another YouTube video soon. I had lunch with the man right before a couple of days I got arrested, and he's going to be involved in this very much as we are, and we're going to make this a critical issue. We don't need Mayor Bloomberg. We need everybody to get involved nationally, all over the country, and make sure the first responders get the help they deserve.
Absolutely, Luke. Why don't you tell people how they can join the organization? Because I know I get emails all the time, what can I do? How can I start a chapter of this? And I send them to where you told me to send them before, dan@wearechange.org. But tell people, just give them an outline of how they can become a productive member of this truth movement, this patriot movement.
I mean, what's really great about We Are Change, we're not really a very strict or uptight group. It's about freedom. It's about doing the right thing and getting out there and speaking truth to power and empowering human beings and understanding that we have the power and authority to do what we want if we all understand the situation and if we all get active. And that's what it's about, people power. And, we just got 30 chapters within the last 2 weeks. 30 new people contacted us saying they want to start a new chapter. People could email dan@wearechange.org to find a local chapter or start the local chapter. And it's about just participating, confronting politicians, being out there, educating people about the real issues, and being there as reasonable, responsible journalists talking about the issues that matter most to the American people, and not about Rihanna or Octomom or all the other ludicrous crap we get that gets put on the front page of the newspaper. I mean, I was reading the newspaper today, and all they're talking about is the new Met Stadium here in New York City, and that's all we get. We don't get anything about the James DeJoga bill. Nothing at all, and it's sad. But we are here. We are fearless. We are patriots. Because we are change. People have to understand that.
Well, Luke, one of the things that I'm trying to push for this July 4th, InfoWarrior Independence Day, where everybody across the nation, no matter whether you are affiliated with an organization and not, whether you're a member of We Are Change or TruthAction.org or the Lone Lantern Society, you pick the issue that's important to you, the pro-Constitution, pro-Bill of Rights, pro-9/11 truth, whatever you want to do, and get out to the local events that your entire community is going to be at. I mean, first of all, we should be doing this every Independence Day, but this year we have a great opportunity to expose people to the financial deception with the Obama deception. We can expose them to 9/11 truth with the numerous tools, from Loose Change to 9/11 Chronicles Truth Rising to Fabled Enemies. We can expose the Federal Reserve banking system through America Freedom to Fascism, a national terrorist document, supposedly by the MIAC report. I mean, it's unbelievable. We can take that day and open so many minds. I mean, people are going to be having the barbecues. They're going to be out for the fireworks. I really think it's important that we make our presence known across the world.
Yeah, and we're going to be there for you. We're going to take action July 4th with the InfoWarriors all over the world. Whether you're from We Are Change or any group out there, we're going to be out there. But the thing we have to understand is that people know something's wrong. I mean, people just have to look at the We Are Change Talks to America videos. We're going to have a new one. We're going to premiere it right after we get off the show on our live video feed on wearechange.org. But one thing I wanted to share with you is that at the precinct, talking to the local police officers, not the intelligence officers, talking to the corrections officer, talking to the prisoners in our jail cell down at Central Bookings, people know. People know what's going on. I was in a jail cell with 50 people. Most of them literally done nothing wrong. People were in there for putting their foot up on the subway chair. People were in there for sleeping on a subway. People were in there for not wearing a seatbelt and having a suspended license. People were literally in there for swiping a Metro card for somebody else. And these people were sitting at the most horrible conditions. You could literally, it was like a third world country in there. But, and it was disgusting the way that, these people get treated down there. And these people they literally are not criminals. They sleep on the train. They put their foot up on the train, and that's why they get put in these horrible, disgusting, nasty places like Central Booking. And it was a very crazy.
It was an eye opener, I'll bet.
Yeah. It was a crazy experience being down there. I mean, there's cockroaches down there. I mean, there's literally 50 people in a small room sleeping all over each other. You were lucky if you got to sleep on the floor. The toilet's right there. Cockroaches are everywhere. There's homeless people in there with lice and bugs all over their hair. I mean, we literally had to kick a guy out because he had bugs running throughout his hair. We had to call the CEO and get him out. But what I took out of it, and I tried to make the best out of it, I started to talk to people down there. Manny started to talk to people down there. Anthony started to talk to people down there. And before I knew it, Manny was like, "Hey, Luke, hey, this guy heard of Loose Change, man. He knows about everything." And then I'm talking to the guy. He knows everything that's going on. He knew about Alex Jones. He knew who I was. He knew everything that was going on. And then a couple seconds later, Anthony's there. "Oh, Luke, he saw the Bloomberg video with you on the train." And people knew what was going on. And we started talking to everybody down there. And we really built a huge bond of people down there that were just in there for no reason at all. And just talking to them, it was a horrible experience, but a wonderful experience being able to talk to people and see people about how much they know. And these people knew so much, but they didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. Well, that's why we're here. We Are Change is here. InfoWarriors here. InfoWars is here. That's why we're taking action, trying to direct people to doing the right thing and making them understand that we have the power and authority to do what we want. And it was a crazy experience, but we made the best out of it. We were cracking jokes down there. I mean, we were the most popular guys down there when we came down there. I mean, the COs even knew who we were. The corrections officers knew about Loose Change. They knew about Behold the Pale Horse. They knew about Alex Jones. They knew about everything down there. And just talking to these people, even the CEO told me, they're probably going to delete your footage. Now they're going to mess with your documents, so you're going to stay here longer. And I did stay there 24 hours in there, which was literally hell. Mm-hmm. Hell. I mean, it was so disgusting being in there, but we made the best out of it. We talked to people, we communicated with people, and it was really uplifting, making the best out of the situation and seeing that people know what's going on. And they even saw our videos. They saw the original Bloomberg video, and it was like a huge support base. I mean, I never laughed so hard as I did in central bookings with everybody down there, cracking jokes. I mean, it was so hilarious down there. I mean, the situations were just incredible down there. I mean, you have one guy bugging out on the phone, just threatening people on the phone, and we're like, "Hey, man, you know they record everything you say on that phone." He's like, "I don't care." He started threatening more people on the phone, acting crazy, and we're like, that's going to be 10 cents a threat, right? And then the whole jailhouse just starts laughing, and he gets off the phone. We're like, "Man, you owe us $25, man. You gave us so many threats in that damn phone call." And it was just hilarious.
Luke, I want to get your take on the Give Act. Putting in there a national day of call to service and remembrance on September 11th, where they're literally going to hold memorials with these new groups and knocking on doors on September 11th for people to pledge, hiding behind, this tragic event and trying to bring in the Youth Corps through this Give Act.
I mean, it's crazy. And they're trying to take away what's most important. They're trying to use 9/11 to justify, their actions, their cause, and their things. I mean, I was in class. I was in school a couple of days ago, and everybody was talking about how Obama is great, how wonderful he is, how wonderful it is that we have a black president.